Your Majesty, Vice Minister of Education, Vice Governor of Phuket, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, students. May I wish you a very warm welcome to the United World College, Thailand. Words I've been dreaming about saying for the last 2 years. So if you will pray with me. If you'll allow me a moment of self-indulgence, please. This is an auspicious occasion in the school's history, and we're extremely grateful to you all for joining us this evening to celebrate the official opening of the school under its new guise. The last 2 years have been a fascinating journey as we've worked towards becoming a UWC. As a school, we've analysed and adapted what we've been doing to fit the requirements of UWC. And whilst it has meant many early mornings, late evenings and weekends for all of us, it has undoubtedly been worth it to be here today. The aspect that has been most interesting to me was the way in which the phrase, working towards becoming a UWC, acted as a catalyst. Whilst the school was justifiably developing a reputation because of its focus on social and emotional learning and mindfulness, people were drawn to the school by the 3 initials, UWC. Teachers from across the globe wanted to come and work here because of a fundamental belief in the concept of UWC and its mission. Families started to move to Phuket, and others have told me that they've changed their life plans and intend to stay here much, much longer. But what is it that the school is offering that makes it so unique? If I may, I'd like to touch on 3 key aspects of UWC Thailand, the first being social and emotional learning and mindfulness. I've been fortunate enough over the years to have visited the majority of the UWCs, and whilst there is that intangible UWC-ness which unites all UWCs and gives them a sense wherever you go, each UWC is different and brings to the movement a contextually appropriate interpretation of how the UWC mission can be achieved. In this respect, UWC Thailand is no different. The school embodies the ideals of Kurt Hahn and offers its own distinctive interpretation, the notion that the world cannot achieve true peace unless individuals are at peace with themselves. The culture of the school that places such a strong emphasis upon social and emotional learning and mindfulness has grown out of the philosophy of the school's founder, Klaus Heaven. He has a deeply held belief shared by us all that a true holistic education is one in which the heart, mind and body are all nurtured. We view the understanding of our minds, our bodies and our emotions as a key life skill, fostering the development of our students by tending to both intrapersonal awareness and interpersonal sensitivity in order to create a positive school culture. The aim being to cultivate genuine happiness, by which we mean being present in the moment and enjoying it, knowing oneself and being comfortable with who you are, and having a genuine purpose in life. Sadly, so few people these days are genuinely happy. If the first point touches on our interpretation of UWC-ness, my second touches on Thai-ness. During our discussions with the UWC task force, we all agreed that we should create a school that was a Thai UWC, not a UWC in Thailand. There is a subtle difference, but we wanted the students to become as integrated as possible into the local community, rather than standing aloof and view the country from afar. We want our students to make a difference in Thailand, whilst developing a true love for and appreciation of the beauty of this country, its culture and its people. Thai studies is part of our curriculum from grade 1 to grade 12, and even if it wasn't mandated, we would still wish for that to be the case. For unless you study a language and culture in detail, you cannot begin to truly understand a country. We are fortunate to live in a rich cultural environment, and we believe it's important that all of the students who attend UWCT should develop a sense of pride in being part of Thai society. When they leave here, we want our students to go out into the world as ambassadors for the country. The subtle way in which the Thai-ness and UWC-ness could mingle together was exemplified by our celebration of the Whiteley crew last month. Each year it is traditional to hold a ceremony at which the Thai school students show their respect for their teachers. Normally, the ceremony culminates with each teacher being presented with an elaborate floral arrangement. This year, the Thai department determined that in our contextually appropriate ceremonies, we should be presented with a mangrove sapling. A small change, but one that sends out a very strong message. My third point is about service and how we as a school can make an impact on Thailand. And I would like to illustrate this with 3 examples. In March of this year, we were approached by the Quality Learning Foundation, an independent body that sits within the Prime Minister's office that works with the Ministry of Education. They had heard about the school and wanted to find out what systems we had in place for quality assurance and school improvement. Their aspiration is to help develop new systems and procedures that could be used across the Thai national education system. We're in the process of developing a relationship to create a lab school at a local school. This project will involve us working with the school to develop new management practices, school development planning and teaching methodology with a view to the practices perhaps spreading elsewhere. It is a genuine opportunity for us to make a positive impact within Thailand, and I'm sure in the process we will learn much from them as well. As we all know, Phuket's economic health is dependent upon the health of the marine environment, and yet we've all witnessed the degradation that has taken place over the years, as it does in places the world over that become popular destinations. With the assistance of Nyan Seabeats Dive School run by a UWC graduate, our students will be working on a reef conservation project. Thirdly, turning our attention elsewhere in Thailand, the conflict in the deep south of Thailand appears to have no end in sight. A gap exists between students of the Thai state schools and those of the madrasas, the Muslim schools, creating further polarization and preventing better integration and social cohesion. It's our intention, using methodology that's been used successfully over the years in Kashmir, Sri Lanka, Timor-Leste, and most recently in Mysore by UWCs, to create an annual conference facilitated by our students that will be attended by students from both sides of the divide. The support of some senior civil and military leaders in the region has already been secured, and we're confident that we will be working towards the first Initiative for Peace conference in Patani in 18 months' time. Now, in closing, there are a number of people I'd like to thank. Klaus Heaven for his vision in establishing the school, Philip Graf von Hardenberg for his wisdom during the process of our UWC application, the task force of Larry Lamont, Andrew Duncan, led by Derek Blackman, for their guidance over the last 2 years, and to Jens Waterman for his insights, the staff for their endeavours, the students for making the school the vibrant place it is, our parent community for their support, and lastly, the International Board for making the right decision last June at their meeting. I mentioned our parent community for their support. Only last weekend, a group of them who are present this evening organised an event attended by over 350 people to raise funds for a scholarship to support an underprivileged student from a local school to attend UWC Thailand. When a group of parents spend so much time organising such an event, it not only makes you realise how committed they are to their children's education, but also how much they believe in what we're trying to achieve. At the last count, they had raised over $45,000 US. Now, over the years, I've begun to realise that there are 2 constants in my life. The first is that at home, my wife Buff has the last word. At school, it's the students. Recently, I asked some of them what they made of UWC Thailand, and amongst other comments, one said, something new, something fun, something mysterious gathered together to make uniqueness. I've been very fortunate over the years to work in some great schools, and I'm immensely proud and humbled to be part of creating another one. Thank you very much.